Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's go over to our live start screen. Here we go. Alright, so sort of a similar setup. Got Critical Role in the background, some white noise. I have DCS set up. I've got my tracking software set up, so there's not going to be any camera, but that is okay. And we've changed up the settings in the simulator a little bit here and there. To, see what we can get out of this. It's going to be summer this time, and we're starting early morning. I think I set the mission time starts at 6 a.m. So, let's kick on the desktop audio, go to the live, and DCS, and actually, let me turn down Critical Role. There you go. Alright, fantastic. So, let's get into this, shall we? Okay. I think... Alright. Now, I don't know if I remember our setup sequence. I don't. Alright. Well, this is going to be fun. Either way. Let's go in here. Let's go to the ground crew. Ground crew. Rearm repair. Rearm refuel. Stripper. We're gonna go to 8 fuel tank, 4 fuel tank. What else can I put on here? Put a bunch of bombs on here. Yeah. But rockets on here. Ooh. Parachute illumination, practice smoke, practice rockets. That's cool. Willie Pete? Oh, that's too cool. AA missiles, bombs, pods. Oh. Oh. What's ALQ-131 and ALQ-184? I don't know what those pods are. I don't know what the LAU-105 and ASQ-T50 TCTS pod is either. Huh. Once more, as the crowds begin to circle around, and you can see old Blemmy and the rest of his rather rough-looking crew that have seen. Maybe throw that on, see what it does. Some life in their time. They're all pretty much. Board number 47. We're gonna be coming. It's gonna be a Georgia plane. They nearly drink professionally. 100% fuel. They step up to the table. We're gonna do. It looks like there's 5 on their team. High explosive, incendiary. Equal flare and chaff.
Who's the worst at drinking?
Oh, I'm overweight.
I've never been drunk.
Oh, wait a minute.
Maybe you should sit this one out.
Remove payload?
Maybe I'm really good at it. You don't know.
Oh, okay. So I'd have to trim down on either gun ammo or fuel or something like that. Because the fuel, two fuel tanks alone are adding a lot of weight. I can put a fuel tank here and remove these 2.
So who's sitting it out amongst you guys? Who's going to be sitting it out?
I guess it will be me.
And am I only able to put those pods? Let's see, can I throw that one on? Okay.
I'm taking my 5 gold back from you, and I'm stopping up.
All right.
You could be the manager of the team.
Okay, do that.
Since we'll have to buy your drinks.
Request rearming.
There we go.
Copy.
See, that's how I got a copy.
But I can work distraction.
Which means stuff is happening.
Clerical mysticism to confuse and disrupt.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna put up a test message. Ooh, aha. My Trovo. I had to log back into it. 1 second here.
They have 2 tables that are set up with kind of a single bench at each end. And you can see a 3rd table behind it where there's probably going to be
okay.
Woman kind of overseeing this.
There we go.
You do see like this little gnome girl.
There we go.
Kind of just like her hands open.
Now my Trovo, I can put it in there. And test chat. Alright, there we go.
Give her a silver. Okay.
Fantastic. So I got chat up in the left-hand corner, so I can see it.
Fueling complete.
So, who's,
Okay, refueling complete.
all right. So, the 5 of you guys are doing it.
They haven't taken any of the stuff off yet, and they're still working on it.
The dwarf woman comes
So we're still waiting on rearm. While we're, I think we're just going to sit here and wait for rearm to finish.
But your humble evening mistress Irina Clomop, and it is my pleasure to present to you tonight's esteemed head-to-head drink and
See, they're starting to take stuff off.
Old Blemmy and crew and the Mighty Nine. So, first up of Blemmy's crew, we have Duncan, and you see this one.
Rearming complete.
Gentleman come forward.
Okay, rearming complete.
Patchy beard.
The pod's supposed to be... Is that the pod?
Stonewall Jackson type of, you know, like the missing the centerpiece there.
What does that do?
His eyes are kind of bloodshot and red. His hair is slicked back with some sort of a thick oil, and he's wearing.
Oh man, I don't know. What exactly does that do?
Stained shirt, the sleeves rolled up past his elbows,
Huh.
and he sits up, gets on one end of the table.
I have no idea.
Tankard and is waiting for his competitor.
And on the Mighty Nine side.
Okay, well, let's shift out.
Duncan.
Footnote 7 for 22, infield 1, in from the north, engaging artillery at bullseye 1, 1, 1 for 21.
Okay.
Enfield 1, kill
Display is up.
bullseye 1, 0, bullseye 1, 0, 4.
Start engine 1.
Enfield
Okay, that's started.
kill artillery, field 1, 1,
You can see our APU is already going down there. Are getting a few lag spikes here and there, but that's okay.
It's a handheld barrel. She goes ahead and pours both of their drinks.
Wait for the APU to stop. See, the APU's down here. Oh, to the right. There it is. Oh, nope. There it is.
Enfield 2, infield artillery from the west, 1, major army for 22.
Okay, APU's doing its thing. How we doing on fuel?
Enfield 1, in from the northwest, engaging artillery at bulls 107 for
Okay.
22. Enfield 1, kill armor at bullseye 104 for 19.
So at a full tank, we're sitting at 15,100 pounds.
Enfield 1, kill armor at bullseye 105 for 20.
Got a little radio traffic from people flying around.
Enfield 1, in from the northwest, engaging artillery at bulls 107 for 22.
Okay, APU is reset to 0, alt home. Get our other engine started up.
Enfield 1, kill artillery at bullseye 107 for 22. At bulls 110 for 21.
Okay.
So, at that point, as soon as you guys drop the drinks, next round! Fills up both.
Got a radar ping.
Crowd starts cheering, go ahead and roll.
Dodge 1, wind from the north, engaging
But it's friendly, of course.
1 for 21. Enfield 2,
All
kill artillery
right.
at bullseye 111 for 21.
Check our various different modes. Gun mode, missile mode, or air to ground. There we go. Regular. Alright. That's set. Checking our stick. Checking our ailerons. Rudder. Let's see. Rudder. Okay. I'll throw them in mirrors down beforehand. Can I see the rudder up there? No, I can't. So is there... If I stick my head... I can't see the rudder turning from here. But I'm sure it's turning. So we're good there, more than likely. Oh, actually, you know what? It's right there on my... It's right there on my display. In the center. It's working. Alright, great. Check air brake. Air brake is good. Put it back down. Got our normal brake as well. Fantastic.
Infield 2, in from the west, engaging utility at bullseye 111 for 21.
Both engines up. Idling at 60. Okay.
Infield 2, kill armor at bulls
Closing the canopy.
for 22.
Alright. Let's get on ATC. F1. I've already started up, but I'll do the request for the startup.
Sakumi, Dodge 1, 2. Request startup.
So our call sign is Sakumi.
1 for 21. Clear for startup. Dodge 1, kill utility at bullseye 114. Enfield 1, kill utility
Request
at balls 1.
taxi to.
Dodge 1, request taxi to runway.
I'll look on the table next door and start yelling, "Boo! Boo!
Make a persuasion check.
Dodge 1, 2. Sakumi, clear to taxi to runway 30. Kill utility at bullseye 1.
Runway 30.
Kill utility at bullseye 1.
So they want me going to the left here. Okay.
Infield 1.
And I'm going to be taking off that way. All right.
And you can see there should be color, but the irises are like.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go into a flight, shall we? Actually, before we do,
Intensity tour that you.
we're gonna go to F10
Oh, this
Yes, crazy eye.
and
From the northeast, engaging the utility at Bulls 111 for
this is all our friendly armor and stuff. Dog,
invested in this victory.
get out of here.
Go ahead and make your first roll.
Don't fuck me! Kill!"
Okay, these are wow. There are a lot of AH-64s up, a couple of A-10s, and it looks like they're engaging some transports currently. So that's what all the radio traffic's about. So we can either go to Gudada, or we can go to Sanaki Koki. Hey, Scruffy Nerf Herder, welcome back. So I think we're gonna fly over the AO and go ahead and go to Koki, and that will be our initial starting flight pan. We're gonna go to satellite. Alright. Looks like they've taken out the transports. So that should be the end of those radio comms. A couple FA-18Cs are up and about, flying in formation. Good to know. We're pretty much the only one on the ground. Alright. So we're looking to travel a total of, let's see here, roughly about, so we're going to be coming off from this runway, so, oh, it's only about 56 nautical miles, so a shorter flight overall. But hey, let's do it. We're going to have some weight this time now that we got a fuel tank we got a pod on. Alright, so come out of the map. Okay, give us a little bit of power. And we're going to go left. Go ahead and throw that back down to the in there. Just as the morning sun is coming up. Okay. Let's see here. What do we got out here? Oh, wow. Got some prop planes out here. Okay, interesting. Got fuel tanks over there. Let's see. Ooh. Alright. Got some Russian helicopters, the transport ones. Yeah, a lot of prop planes. Okay, I'm gonna give myself a little bit more speed.
Dodge 1, passing waypoint 2 at 1,200.
The whole crowd worked up for Bo's victory falls into a series of sad ahs. You watch as Ruth finishes her drink, sits from the table, and
Okay. So, believe I need a taxi left here. If I read the map correctly, which I believe I did. Yeah. Taxi and left. Lining up with runway 30. Hopefully I don't get cocky and crash with a stupid attempt at a landing like I did at the end of the last stream, but hey, all a learning experience. Just actually do your approaches properly.
Enjoy a good game. Did you just say may the best no win?
Trash talking. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Keep out of your head. Keep out
High metabolism. Use it.
Nice and peaceful. Kind of a small air base, though. Not what I was expecting an A-10 to be taking off from it.
All right. As you guys can gather,
I guess those pings are all the radar contacts that I'm getting. Let's see. What is UHF? Not sure what that is, but it's a thing.
Let the throat open and take it in.
Ains back. And first batch, go! Roll off.
Okay.
Unexpectedly so, little Caleb finds his taste for alcohol in this one, and within but a moment's notice, downs the entirety of his glass.
There's a sign up there.
Finishing it before Falcon does.
Get closer so I can read you.
Oh, well done. That's impressive.
It's a good game.
Okay.
It's just a game.
That is the taxiway to D. Okay, we're not going that way. Currently in the C portion of the airport. I believe that's our turn there. Is E? Yeah, that looks like our turn. Alright. Cut. Let's brake, 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 brake. No, actually, that's not our turn. Yeah, we gotta keep going down. We go down even further.
Falcon, we start.
Our turn is actually all the way at the end down here.
Infield 1, passing waypoint 2 at 700.
You guys make individual performance checks.
See, they're all fancy. They got waypoints and stuff. I ain't got no waypoints.
19.
All right.
He does not seem to be distracted, unfortunately. What'd you roll?
13 for me.
13. As you take a moment and kind of.
I should have said it a little bit earlier, so I get so this could have been like a night taxi, and we would have gotten the break of dawn as we were hitting
The suds of the.
as we were up in the sky. That would have been better, I think. But hey, you know, it's dawn. It's nice. It's beautiful.
Not good. That's a second loss on your end.
Go out the back.
What is that? That is a.
Next roll.
It looks like a radar truck. Okay. Oh God! Pay attention to the road.
So you win this one. He doesn't takes it, finishes you both within a second of each other. Finish the drink.
And that is a spotlight truck. Okay.
You got this. I've got this.
Swat him on the side of the face.
No, don't touch. Don't touch.
Okay. Okay.
Do it again.
All right. We stop short. Go ahead and request takeoff.
Comey, Dodge 1, 2, request takeoff. Dodge 1, 2, Takumi, you are cleared for takeoff and ready.
Hello, Searchlight.
At QSE 30.27.
Oh yeah. Gets up from the table, turns around, and just face plants right on the ground. Goes, yeah, Caleb, pick him up.
I nod coolly for a second and then I just turn and go.
You pull your way away from the table. Success is yours. That's now 2 victories on your end, 1 for Ruth there, and 2 final competitors.
Oh, we took this a little too slow. It's okay. We're just being careful, that's all.
And you see now as this dwarven woman who looks like Rosie the Riveter on steroids comes around the corner. She has her sleeves rolled up past the deltoids. She has these massive hands with a bit of kind of big dwarven hair that's kind of gathered on the outside of the forearm. Big square jaw. It's like missing the 2.
All right, nice and lined up, ready to go. All right, final check.
Cloth. She's got a bit of coal smears on her cheeks.
Rudder good. All right, we're fine. Fantastic. Let's do this, shall we? Let's try and actually rotate at
Oh, like all the time, you.
120. Actually, we're gonna rotate at 125.
Happy to see how long you last, big boy. Fill it up.
They filled the drinks. Take your first swig there.
Okay, 100, 110,
16.
125. There we go. Rotate, rotate, rotate.
Down faster.
I didn't actually take off until 138.
Looks at you with a nod of
Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up.
Not bad, not bad.
Is that all there is to this?
oh, we've just gotten started. Fill her up. Fill the next round.
All right. Gear going up. Oh, I forgot to do my flaps. Ah, so I did forget something. Forgot to do my takeoff flaps. That's probably why it took a little bit longer. Hey, dog. Stop sniffing around my room. Get on out of here, doggo. Alright. Gonna go ahead and start turning left.
Mirror image of myself in front of her. What's her name?
Tanya.
Tanya, and kind of like wiggle to make it look like her vision started to double.
Make a deception check.
Oh no, that was bad. Yeah, that was the goal. 8.
8. You managed to do so. She doesn't seem to be paying attention to you. Caleb, you're getting really nauseous watching Jester do this little dance off to the side.
Okay, we're still at a positive climb rate. I know that there's a way to change the height of the seat in the A10C2, but I'm not sure if there's a way to do that in the A10A.
You finish it abruptly, slam it down, and
Oh, wow.
that weird swirling in your stomach seems to have faded. You've
God, that looks nice.
she's looking.
That looks really nice. Let's give it a little bit of left trim.
That's okay. There's more where that came from. Fill it up. I got his number. Come on. Big roll up.
And ooh. Oh man, that looks nice. Okay,
With that, Tanya goes down. She gets halfway into the drink.
I'm actually gonna turn off these indicators for the friendlies. Because while it is nice, we don't necessarily need them.
Surfing pulls aside an old woman sitting there just fuming.
Never get into a drinking game with a
She goes, and with that, it looks like Oblemi's team has fallen. That's 3 victories. Which Oblemi puts her hand and goes,
No? Okay. Just controls.
Competed. One of theirs hasn't competed. How about we make a deal? Last fight.
All labels. Left shift
Can
F10.
win money from this thing?
It was always about money.
I thought we only got like.
Left shift F10. There we go. No more labels.
I like it as well, but only if you can match this diamond worth about 100 gold. Are you putting in the? Well, give me something like that, or there's no deal.
they look at each other going,
I think that's a little rich for our tastes.
No, fuck it. Let's just do it without that deal. Double or nothing. Gold dog. Yeah.
Oh, that is absolutely gorgeous. And now it's not just snow down there. It's actually what the place would actually look like. Proper color scheme, which will come into more full effect once we actually have the sun a bit higher in the sky.
Alright, I'll try. Hello, sir.
This is what you bring before me as offering.
Please go to the bottomless pit.
Doing good on fuel. Then again, we barely started this. Oh, dag it. Go to the right. Track noir. You can do it. Go to the right. Oh, there we go. All right, ECM. All right. That's the air, or oxygen, I should say.
like completely encompasses
Okay.
this giant dwarven hand.
Let's see here. So how exactly does that... You know, I probably should have looked up the pod before I left the ground, but I'm not sure how that pod works. Not sure what it does, not sure how it works. Other than that, we got pretty much a peaceful flight ahead of us. All the ground targets are already dead, thanks to a couple AH-64s and A-10s. Of course, every other A-10 is an A-10C, which is hilarious to me. That I'm like the only A-10A up in the air. Everybody else is like, hey, look at us, we're the high fidelity models. Yeah, just teasing me. Just teasing me. I get it. Who's that? Don't know why that temp gauge is saying off. Yeah, the engine's doing fine, from what I can see.
Just like a pussy eye. Just something real gross that looks just real disgusting. That's
Still at a good climb rate. What's the speed?
So Lemmy goes and finishes his drink. That's 2 for 2 victories up there.
Ah, dang it. Okay, 200 and... Alright, great.
These last 2 rounds. Finished it down.
There's got to be another way to tell the airspeed around here somewhere. I'm guessing it's that one, right there to my left. Yeah. There's my altitude. Okay. 13,000 feet. Okay. Let's go ahead and check our nav. And, woo. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, we're... Woo.
Go make your roll.
only 14.
With that,
Okay, so we need to start turning inland.
face a bit, you're trying to catch it up. You managed to take
I'm gonna see about getting on the radio and contacting that ATC. So 5. Sinkai Koblet. We're looking for one of those. I want to say Kubleti, but I'm going to double check that. Oops. I'm going to double check that before I call in. So 10. This is Kolki. Sinkai Kolki. Sinkai Kolki. Okay. So when I go over here and I go ATC and I look for Sinkai Kolki. F2. Sinkai Kolki. Alright. And we are inbound.
Kolki. Dodge 1, 2. Inbound. Dodge 1, 2. Kolki. Fly heading 109. 428. QFE 30.27. Runway 09. To pattern altitude.
You got your Walkman working in. Hey! Nice! Good job! Okay, so... we're good there. That's all set. Let's find... runway 9. Get rid of that ruler. Okay, we're on course for 09. So we just got to pull in over the ocean and pull right on in. Which I believe we can start doing now. So, let's start pulling in now. Let's go ahead and reduce the amount of fuel that we're using, amount of throttle. And I want to say the airport's going to be somewhere over around where those clouds are. I could be wrong.
Letting me know that the Mighty Nine can take on any competitor and win. Victory will be ours in any arena.
cheers go up there. You see already there's somebody off in the corner who's whittling.
16,000 feet and dropping. So we're going to turn with our nose down.
Kind of drunkenly pass forward their tokens and pass them over to you. So you have 5 drink tokens.
Start evening out. Pulling up to the horizon. Actually, you know what? No. We're going to start dropping down. And we're going to go about to... we'll go to about 10,000 feet.
So that's 48 gold. Go back to you guys.
Wait, say 5 because I gave Molly 5.
Okay.
We're all set for runway 9.
back and start cheering and shaking your hands and stuff. We're like,
The fuel tank itself isn't actually it's not weighing us down heavily, and it hasn't changed much with the flight at all. In fact, I would say it makes it a little bit more stable. Check my 13,000. Okay. Yeah, I've got a single gas pod in the center. And then I've got also this this pod that I have no idea what it does off on my right wing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and have to circle because I want to be lower. Okay, perfect angle for a turn. Yeah, I always have my gas pods, man. Tomcat somewhat have to do. Ah. Or have to. Interesting, good to know.
Can you feel this? Slap.
There we go.
I'd say you take a hit point.
Did you feel that?
Is that a runway right there? What is that? Oh! Go down. No, that's a town. That's a town. Okay, let's zoom out.
Is RTB at 450.
Oh, it's much further inland, but we're on the right course. We're good on the course and heading. We just gotta cruise her in, drop some altitude. So, you know what? Maybe lower than 10. Yeah, we're already at 9,000, but I think I'm gonna drop it and maybe do one more pass. Drop us down a little bit further.
I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna go behind the alley, I'm gonna barf, I'm gonna clean myself up, and then I'm gonna go back in a little bit more put together.
I'm gonna ask Caleb to waltz with me.
You're coming in for your landing as well? Awesome. Okay.
People are they're starting to get pretty slosh, and the energy level, while it's still
There we go. Follow this cloud in, because that seems to put me on the correct course currently. Actually, I'm going to go to the left of the cloud a little bit. Unfortunately, we are going to be landing into the morning sun. And our runway is out there somewhere. Might be to our left a little bit. No? Is it past this mountain? Probably. It looked like it was a bit inland. Oh man, that's beautiful. Fuel depot down there. Wow. Actually, I'm naturally climbing, like without even meaning to. So I'm kind of having to like force it to go down. So I'm gonna have to put some trim on here. So let's trim the nose, trim the nose, trim the nose. Better trim. Trim. Okay. Now it's naturally starting to just glide down. So we're going to trim up one. Okay. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I've never landed into the sun. All right. Third ever landing. We did a perfect first landing. We did an absolute shit second landing where we actually crashed and burned. And now we're coming in for our third ever landing. I'm going to check our nav one more time. We need to angle her to the right a bit more because we're a little off course. That cloud was more correct than I initially believed. That is going to put the sun over to our left, though. And our airfield is out there somewhere. In fact, that might be it over there. Not sure.
Jester goes and tucks Caleb into one of the rooms in bed.
By the way, the map that you were flying on, Scruffy, from the Discord video that you sent me, is that the... is that Kuwait? Yeah, I made a mission with a carrier and shore. Ooh. Can the A-10 take off from a carrier? I don't think it can. I don't think I've ever seen an A-10 take off from a carrier. That'd be interesting. Double check our heading. Give us some right trim while I do. Okay, we gotta turn more inland, so we're going right.
Whatever team you're on, I'm not sure I play for that one. It's team fuck off, I'm well aware.
Okay. When the sun is over our wing, we turn in left. Had to look. It's the Persian Gulf map. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I recognize that, I guess you would call it the palm tree man-made island. I just didn't know where it actually was in real life. It's interesting. And I'm pretty sure, like, there are people who live on that island, but for the most part, wasn't that island... like abandoned for the most part, where it's like something went wrong or there was some flaw in the design for the island, and like it hasn't really been touched since they finished technically building it?
You managed to sober her up a little bit, but you're still pretty tipsy. But if I'm going blackout drunk...
Alright, we're coming in too much at an angle, so we gotta go... Can fly right to it? That's awesome. Cleared for visual contact tower. Okay, so I'm in visual range now. I'm gonna go ahead and request landing.
Cool key. Dodge 1, 2. Request landing.
There she is. Yeah, so we're a little bit closer than I wanted to be, but that is okay. We're gonna go ahead and drop the speed. Okay.
I was just kind of curious if I could pull liquor out of people. I gotta throw up on Ford. Excuse me.
All right. Let's bring it in nice and smooth. Air brakes on. We're gonna pull our gear out.
Make sure that power actually makes it look like he did it to himself.
So, do you leave Ford in the bathroom?
Oh God, no! I bring him back.
Okay. You guys all make yourselves back to your rooms.
Altitude, altitude.
You can see Yasha is asleep in the
Yeah, I got it.
just there with her sword on the side ready, and then kind of curled up against her chest is Kiri, also asleep, kind of just bundled up, a little
Here we go.
bustle of
Dodge 1, 2. Cookie. Check landing gear. Runway 09.
You guys eventually
And up.
rest for the night. Sleep.
Smooth.
Arduous.
It was the tiniest bit rougher than our first ever landing, but it was still a good landing.
Rooster.
All right.
Daybreak. Kind of break you into consciousness.
We're gonna have to check our gear, make sure there was no damage.
Bo's doing okay. He's a little bit of a hangover, but not too bad. Jester's totally sober. Yeah.
Brakes, brakes, brakes. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Make sure that throttle is fully back. Brakes, brakes, brakes.
As you and Bo start getting ready, you guys start.
Brakes, brakes, brakes. Request taxi.
Taxi to parking area.
Oh, it said taxi to parking area already, so it took care of it for me. I'm at a bit of an angle. Yep. Rudder it out. There we go. Also have a new look for my plane. Awesome.
Fuck, I'm still hungover.
Can Discord stream it for you? Maybe when I'm not streaming, I'd definitely be down for that. However, okay, so we got a taxi to parking, so I'm going to take this next taxiway over to the parking. Oh, they've got the old World War II style. Well, I guess they still are modern enough. Bomb-resistant bunkers. I think they're reinforced compared to the ones in World War II. More reinforced than the ones in World War II. Absolutely. Absolutely scruffy. Okay.
Somebody might have taken it from you.
Let's see here. Yeah, that's going to be our taxiway right there. We can give it a little bit more power.
Common thing when people get drunk like that.
We're gonna go talk to Irene right now. I bet she knows the motherfucker. We're gonna fucking track him down.
Yeah, that's good speed.
Whatever that bitch's name is, let's go.
Is everybody else waking up?
Hey! I knock on the doors really loudly.
Let's see how I'm doing. Pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty smooth, pretty smooth. Line it up on the yellow.
Molly, Ford, your coin purses are gone. And we're gonna take a break.
I like it way more in there than that. We just got fucking.
Beautiful. Okay, the doors on this one are closed.
All two goals.
My God. Do I have my motherfucking books?
Your books are still gone.
What about your diamond?
Your diamond, you keep with your components, so yes, that wasn't missing. It was just when you first missed.
Excuse me.
Alright, guys. Here's the deal.
Wait, we're taking
Take a break.
No. I'm so angry.
I know. Hold it, hold it. I love that woman.
All right.
Back here in a few minutes. Stay tuned for the break. We have
Get it nice and smooth.
got his awesome, awesome
Those doors are also closed. I'm probably gonna have to take a
and welcome back.
empty
Returning to where we were, the mighty
open parking spot.
business, most of them with a
So let me go ahead and check the map for that. So with where we are,
that all
it looks like
other than Jester,
all of these might actually be bunkers.
at some point during the evening,
So we're just gonna have to look for an open bunker.
their monetary gains. So, as you guys are finding this out, what do you do?
I accuse Chester of stealing our money.
Why would
I don't know if you can open up those doors. They might open up automatically when you go near them. I guess, is that technically a parking spot? Maybe not for a plane. I don't know.
When was the money stolen?
Well, it could be for a helicopter, it could be for a Harrier.
The competition.
I guess that's technically parking spots. Let's test this out.
Competition and bedtime, our money was stolen.
So it had to be somebody
Let's test this out.
inconspicuous.
Probably gonna end up on the grass if these doors don't open.
It's that damn bird.
God, you would have to be.
Should be kind of noticeable downstairs.
You would have to have a tug to pull you into this thing and
Here he is with the usher.
so that you were facing the correct way. Because I don't think you can turn around on that.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no.
Don't stop there. She's a kleptomaniac, I can tell.
Okay, so I might be able to.
Don't know. My plane has that fat axe. Can't go a lot of places. Lol.
There was
Hmm.
this little girl who seemed really sweet, but she was walking around kind of.
Okay, we're gonna have to turn it around because those doors do not open.
I also don't think this was necessarily a one-person job. Normally,
And what we will do
that a one person is a runner.
is we'll take the grass. Careful now.
Often when this
To park over here. Oh,
Oh yes, I have a.
grass has got me caught up. Need a little bit more speed. More speed. More speed.
Well, I could look
Less speed.
potentially. Yeah, like a month.
Oh God, am I actually stuck on? Is that considered contact? There's like a huge gap between the wall and my wing. Well, this was a poor decision.
Also got
All right, it's the ground. Ah, it's the ground that's doing it. Crap. Crap. Well, that was poor execution on my part. I thought those doors might open, but no. All right, let's see.
So we're gonna talk to Irina, and then we're gonna maybe find.
Jesus, look at how much power I'm putting in this thing, and nothing. Not moving an inch. Okay, can I request a tug? If I go to parent menu, let's go to ground crew. I don't know what ground electric power does, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Has to be within 1,000 feet. And it only lasts for 10 minutes.
Maybe we should.
1,000, which is not that far.
Let's see what ground electric power is while we're here.
I cast Zone of Truth on Irina.
Oh, just on and off. On?
See if she just talks first.
Chief, turn on the ground power.
Yeah, but how will we know if she's telling the truth? She seems shaky.
Oh, it's for the Tomcat. Oh,
I
gotcha.
don't like her at all.
Okay, in that case, that's useless to me. Let's go to ATC. Sinkai. It's only request and abort takeoff, so parent menu, ground crew. There's nothing I can do then. All right, well. This was a good attempt at parking. However, this is a clear and valuable lesson. Never go into the grass. So I think what we will do is we will go ahead and quit. All right. Not bad. And we will go ahead and we'll fly again.
Of the tavern, and I mean it is empty. From
Okay, so fly.
the night before,
Gonna go ahead and strip ourselves down.
Irina at the bar,
So ground crew,
eating what looks like a sandwich.
rearm repair,
A little hungover herself.
full fuel. Ooh, wow. Ah, that's why the fuel was the way it was, because you can't sit at a full gas tank and be loaded up to bear. Good to know. All right, we're gonna go 100% fuel. We're gonna empty ourselves out. We're gonna go back to 6, put a fuel tank on there. And you know what? We are going to...
Still think she did it.
I'm thankful for your seedy background right now, Molly.
Let's get some breakfast before anything happens.
Yeah, with what fucking money, Molly?
Put it on a tab.
With my money,
It's not the
I'll
first
buy
time
you
I've
guys
been robbed.
breakfast. Irina.
You're welcome.
You know, I actually don't know what the Maverick is called.
All looking, appropriate.
So I think I'm just going to leave that blank. And what I'll do instead is I'll put on
Breakfast can
3 fuel tanks.
Said.
And then cut the fuel down.
Irina, did you see anybody taking all of our money last night?
No, why did someone take all your money last night?
Does it happen all the time when people do this?
If you're not paying
drinking game?
attention, you have a lot on you. Well, that's your own fault.
Do you know anyone? That's their little side hobby.
Okay.
I don't know anyone particularly, but
Combat mix. We're going to go high explosive incendiary.
only take a few coins with them.
We're not out of Arkansas. We are out of
Coins on them.
Georgia.
Bank in your pocket. I mean, you're
There we
asking
go.
for it.
47.
You guys, what did you guys do with our
Say, okay.
Request refueling.
It's out front.
So that's going to take a while.
Request rearming.
Would you?
You saw it coming, just didn't say anything. It's okay. Everybody's got to learn, right? And while that's going on, Shift L, get the engines on. Or not the engines, but the
Engaging AAA.
get the power on.
105.
Now we're gonna get radio comms.
Busy it was last night, of course. It seems they come out in full force. A lot of them seem to sleep during the day.
While that does its thing, we're gonna go ahead. We'll pre-close the canopy.
Infield 2. Defending AAA at
Go ahead and start spinning up engine 1.
Dodge
So engine 1 is working on its way.
Infield 2, in from the northwest, engaging artillery at infield 1.
All right.
From the north for 20, engaging armor at bullseye 103 for 19.
You slowly over the next 30 minutes or so.
While that's going on, we
Infield
can
2, in from the northeast, engaging armor at bullseye 105 for 19. Infield 1, descending triple A at bulls 104 for 19. In from the northeast, engaging artillery at bulls 113 for 19. Engaging triple A at bullseye 104 for 19. Infield 1, kill triple A at bulls 105 for 19.
Ooh! Look at this boy. That is the wrong camo for this landscape, in my opinion, but hey, you do you.
Infield 2, in from the southeast, engaging triple A at bulls 107 for 18. Infield 1, in from the west,
Shoot something.
engaging armor at bulls 105 for 19. Infield 2, kill utility at bulls 110 for 23.
He's probably lining up a shot. Alright, let's head on back over. Check, see if engine 1 is good, engine 2 start. Okay, well that goes, we can pop back over.
Infield 2, in from the west, engaging armor at bullseye 103 for 19.
What server am I on? I'm still on a private server.
1, in from the north, engaging ammo at bullseye 103 for 19.
Still waiting for our ordnance to be fully switched out. Okay, engine 2 is still spooling up,
Kill ammo at bullseye 105
and it's good.
for 19.
So engine 2 is good. Yeah, it's a lot of AI. Yeah, I turned everything on our side to max, and then I put max vehicles out there and max AAA for the enemy, just so we get some, you know, traffic. I wish I could put more out, but I'm probably gonna have to actually do like make a mission in order to put more out there.
Infield 1, in from the north, engaging artillery at bulls 113 for 19.
What's going on? What are you talking about?
Okay. So we are just waiting on the rearm, which I don't know what the status on it is.
To do that, I'm just.
Infield 2, kill armor at bulls 104 for 19.
Have ever seen any shady figures in here?
We're waiting.
Shady figures that come through here.
Infield
Wait,
2, in
wait.
from the northeast, engaging artillery at bullseye 113 for 19.
Who was here last night?
There was a lot of people here last night. I know you're asking me. Look.
Infield 1, kill artillery at bulls 113 for 19.
There's a lot of hardworking people here.
Okay, let's
Infield 1, in
do another call out
engaging armor at bulls
for the rearm.
102 for 18.
Oh no, stole your money?
No, not ATC.
Second.
But if you were going to suspect somebody, who would it be?
I don't know.
Let's go to 8.
Pissed off, oh bloody.
Rearm.
Otherwise, and if anyone got too
Empty.
last night, then you got to get
Fuel tank 1, fuel tank 2, and fuel tank 3.
104 for 19.
told me not to pay for it. You were holding your cash, which I've still got.
Okay.
Request rearming.
Still stands. But
Unable to comply. Oh, okay. Well, in that case, If they're unable to comply, we'll cut off the engines.
19.
Snip his.
No, just like.
I don't understand what you're trying to imply
Never
here.
mind, never mind.
Okay. Because usually when they say unable to comply, it's like, oh, you're powered, we can't do that.
Why is this having sex?
How's this?
Don't you guys use scissors when you have sex with each other?
Is this a goblin thing?
Okay. Maybe now it's willing to... Oh, no, not ATC. Ground crew. Ground crew is 8. Rearm refuel.
You know of anyone who steals money from.
Is there a quick one? No, there isn't. Empty. 6. Fuel. 4 fuel. And 8 fuel.
Request rearming.
She kind of rubs her temples, and you can tell she's a little hungover herself too. She's
Okay. That time they didn't say unable to comply, so we're just waiting for the crew to run over with our carts and start stripping us, and then put the fuel tanks on. So we should start seeing some stuff disappear
I mean, at the very least, that'll be.
in a little bit here.
Man. Do we have any other questions to ask? Who are you all attracted to? Do you guys like me?
That's what
Come
I'm
on.
trying to get to.
Do you
Wait,
like
us?
Yeah, do you
We
like
have to answer.
Yeah, because you're standing next to me anyway.
If you're within 15
You're
feet.
not my type.
Okay, so if all the rest of you are in the area,
Everybody's my type. I'm really.
I was at the door. I don't know how big the place
if anybody else steps into that zone, you have to make a saving throw.
I was the
All right.
do something before
So
Jessica
what?
did what she
Yeah.
did.
What was your question?
Who are you attracted to? Do you like me? Are we friends? Do you really like me and stuff?
Make a
Wow,
saving
that
throw.
was a lot of questions.
I like you.
I have no idea how long this is going to take.
Charisma, right?
Yeah.
You did not say unable to comply,
Yeah, you resisted.
so I assume it's going to happen. And I know that it's a lot of work to like have someone animate that, but they could at least have like a truck come out and stop next to your plane and have just like a guy pop out, and then that's like your cue to I'm being rearmed,
It's possible, I imagine.
instead of just sitting here waiting
They're having to push out
for
a lot of their work to get things out of the front lines.
Flitz gave you.
It's possible.
some stuff to disappear and me not knowing if anything is disappearing yet. Let's go into...
That was in the bag.
You didn't need to remind her she's ready to pop as it is, alright?
Well, I'm just saying that if drink tokens come back to the bar,
Then you know.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of stuff on us. A lot of
I would want to make sure that we were gone.
bombs. Not a lot of guided stuff though.
Irina.
A lot of dumbfire,
Use them because
I'm assuming.
the winners that everyone saw won
I'm
them.
not going to use them. They're just one.
Are the crickets a sign that the ground crew is asleep? Or is it as a sign that the ground crew just isn't coming?
For your lost objects spell.
And the game is saying, no, you will take off with this.
Are they the same sort of shape as regular coins?
They are, but they're wooden and a little bit bigger than an actual gold coin.
anytime I've stolen something I couldn't use later, I've always kept it for sentimental reasons. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, it's a prize.
It is.
You know what?
Good job.
We'll take off with this.
Should I cast it?
If they don't want to rearm me, maybe they'll refuel me, at the very least.
Irina,
I'll go up to the maximum fuel I can get here.
do you have any
Request refueling.
Hey, you.
No,
Request rearming.
And at this point, Sid brings out the last of the food. The male gnome who you saw when you first entered. He was like kind of.
And if they don't refuel me, even though the fuel truck is literally right there, I'll still take off and I'll dump this ordnance on some stuff. Also, look at that. We got these guys coming in, landing at our airport, having all the fun in desert camo. Well, not desert camo, desert paint jobs. Yeah, see, they also go all the way to the end of the runway and then taxi, instead of taxiing earlier. I'm interested to see where they park. Look at this guy. Perfectly, like... Oh, no, it was not perfect. I thought it was going to be a perfect taxi for a second there. Nah, he's going all over the line. Haha. Sometimes I taxi better than you, sir. Sometimes. Alright, let's see. You guys are coming in for a landing? Or are they going to do a formation landing? Oh, this is cool. Woo! It's too cool. You guys coming in for a landing as well? Not sure. All right. Well, looks like the ground crew has abandoned me. So let's spin back up. All that time wasted. Shift down. Okay, that's good. Engine 1 start. We can't do engine 2 immediately because I believe will cause a fail to start if we try and do both engines at the same time.
I asked Irina who's doing his own thing. Are you really interested in Ford, or are you just working with him because, you know, it makes you some money and stuff?
Oops.
I'm a businesswoman, but I've got money.
Excuse me. Trying to cough and the camera's going all over the place because of it.
I guess we'll update the object on coins.
Okay, radar's back up. I think my dog's freaking out because he might have heard the radar through my headphones.
Waypoint 2 at 2,200.
You're not getting anything.
Let's run.
We're gonna put you on a cart and we're gonna take the cart.
I feel like we'll walk fast.
Infield 2, passing waypoint 2 at 3,500.
In the town, give
Okay.
the cart around. This can be a bit of it's
Get the
comparable,
second engine up.
All right, so it's your choice.
Let's walk quickly.
All right, so with that, Rissa leads you further through the shelf. At this point, once again, the town is
Those bad boys taxiing towards me.
in the process of carrying supplies. There
Let's
are
go ahead and contact ATC.
stacks of metal ingots that are
And we're going for number 1.
you can see
Tacomi, Dodge 1, 2, request startup.
Need to get going for now. Talk to you later. Hit me up tomorrow before you stream. Show you that stuff in Discord. Absolutely, Scruffy.
probably down near the artillery yard.
Request taxi to runway.
Tacomi, Dodge 1, 2, request taxi to runway.
Separation of how the people live in the city. A short jaunt around, probably the spell does fade.
There might be a plane landing, so he might not.
Hold position.
Yeah, he's saying hold. He's like,
Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
I'm still in the hold.
Siding that are
Dodge
rivets
1, 2,
you see
hold
as a
position.
roof that is metal sheets. There is a
Dodge
smoke
1,
that
2,
is gonna
hold
be
position.
lazy smoke drip that kind of makes its way into the sky.
Dodge 1, 2,
On the side
hold
that
position.
says Tinker Top.
I'm holding. Do I need to confirm?
Dodge 1, 2,
No.
hold position. Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
She goes,
Hello.
this is the
Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
and
Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
knocks on the metallic door.
These guys are like, we're going to show this A10A how to park. And he just came up on my radar because he's right in front of me.
Hold position.
It's hilarious. At least I think he did.
Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
I'm holding. I'm holding.
Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
She opens the door, and on the inside, you already hear.
Dodge 1, 2,
You can worry
hold position.
hundreds of tiny clockwork objects on the inside. You can see.
Dodge 1, 2, hold
clocks of
position.
all sizes. Some broken springs exposed.
Dodge
some
1,
that are
2,
fixed and just
hold
hanging away,
position.
Some that have small sculptures that kind of move in a circle.
Dodge
around the
1,
central
2,
area.
hold position.
I'm holding. Calm down.
Made pulleys. You can see
We're still waiting for the runway to clear.
Hold position.
in the corner, some wooden, some metal, and all of them seem to
Dodge
be
1, 2, hold position.
though they are currently still. There are two
Dodge
sets of
1,
lines
2,
in the back,
hold position.
kinda giving the
All right. Well, while he's spamming hold position,
Dodge 1, 2, hold position.
and the battlefield is cleared out. It looks like the A-10s did all the work. Yeah, this guy's almost empty. Ooh, got another formation landing. Awesome, awesome. Bring it in. Oh, he's going around. Interesting. I'm surprised he went around. I mean, it looked like he had the landing, and the Hornet could have landed. But he said, nope.
Well, at the very least, let me introduce myself. I'm Master Maker Clef Tinkertop.
Clef or Cliff?
Clef.
I was excited to see what sort of stuff.
Creator and experimenter of all things metallic and clicking.
Your shop is beautiful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
It's like all these guys are coming back. They're getting out of their planes. They're going to the restaurants, and well, first they're going to debrief. Then they're going to their restaurants and their housing, getting ready for the full day. There's probably not an XP on this base, but you never know. There might be like a Russian Denny's nearby. They're just like, yeah, let's go to Russian Denny's, eh? Let's go have breakfast. I'm dying for hash brown and eggs, huh?
It's actually a miniature version of what you saw, those large bolt throwers that were being constructed out front, where it has this kind of bowed art, and there's a small, what looks like a blunted stick in it. He goes,
Still hold position.
All you do is pull back on this trigger.
Ping! It fires off, narrowly missing the side of Bo's head. Hits something, and you hear glass shatter in the background. He goes,
All right, I'm going to do another request to taxi.
Sakumi, Dodge 1-2. Request taxi to runway.
there's a moment where
Dodge 1-2. Sakumi, clear to taxi to runway 30.
All right, we're finally cleared.
from the inside, you see these tiny metallic birds when this kind of flap up and down, and then music box begins to play. And Kiri, looking at this, begins mimicking exactly the sound of the music box.
I'm actually going to reset my cam real quick. There we go.
Until it synchronizes and
Mirrors down.
incredibly fast pace behind it. They're almost in unison until eventually it slows down and comes to a stop. And Kiri looks back to you.
We're going to go left up here.
Oh, well, that one, it's a beautiful piece. I'll be happy to let it go for about 3 gold pieces.
3 gold pieces.
Excuse me, boys. Just doing my taxi. Have a nice one. Have a nice one.
There's a whole
Enjoy the rest of your morning.
cool contraptions now that you're kind of looking at the back too. Some that look like it could be armaments
Okay.
almost. Some that look like they're the insides of larger machine
Pick up
pieces.
speed here.
What's the thing you're most proud of?
Oh, proud of now? I have one thing I'm working on. If you want to see it.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Now, I'm hoping that they'd pay attention to this since, you know, the whole war is going on. I think it'd be quite useful. I've kind of lost some good favour with folks in power, but I hope maybe this will turn my fortune around.
And he goes around and goes off the shelf and pulls this down, and what looks to be it looks
All right,
like
there's
a
taxiway
bow,
D.
kind of small bow that's affixed to this large device. It looks like a crossbow, but it's got a series of actual shaft of it is made of this like polished treated
Taxiway
wood,
E.
like, metal casing where the grip is. It's like a half clockwork gear based crank hand crossbow.
How does it work?
Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down.
Here, and you crank it back real fast, and it's like as he cranks it, it's like probably have to oil this. Crank it.
Oh, I'm giving as much rudder as I can. As I'm braking. Brake, 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 brake. Brake, 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 brake. Brake. Slow it on down.
Well, this one, you see, I had a friend of mine go ahead and help prepare it with some magical enchantment. So, this one.
I don't know, it sounded like a power. Like a manatee was at the table. I don't know.
I call this one
Okay.
the Tinker Top Bolt Blaster 1000.
Okay, we're gonna request takeoff.
Certainly happy.
Takomi, Dodge 1-2, request takeoff.
Over 2,000 gold.
Dodge 1-2, Takomi, you are clear for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 30.27.
This is like
Okay, and we're just gonna roll onto and then take off.
bullshit, please.
It actually is quite impressive.
Really expensive.
You wouldn't say that if you've known what some of his other things have done, and he kind of like gets quiet for a second and recoils, like kind of quietly hurt.
It's comes with the job sometimes. Not everything works out like you.
You said you lost some favorite people in power. I don't mean to pry, but would you mind sharing what happened?
Okay, rotate.
It's you don't have to answer him. We can go find the boys.
Like, it's alright, it's alright. Make a persuasion check.
And all that time I was on the ground, I did not bother, for some reason, to try and clarify where I was going to head, but I think I got an idea.
So, I was working on a job here for the wardens of the Gearhole prison down below. I was helping them and came up with at their request what would be a clock,
Alright, that is my heaviest takeoff.
something that can help keep watch on
Ah, beautiful when the sun comes in.
difficult inmates of the prison below. And I did it. I was very proud of it. And on its first foray, it's had some bumps I didn't see coming, and we couldn't control it. And we had to just destroy the dogs in its way.
Oh, that looks awesome.
They tell me. They keep it down there, so they sealed it off, and it's just been there for the better part of about 2 years.
Okay, we're going to give it some trim up.
They made everything that time. I was just doing my job. I was very proud of my work. I didn't see problems there. Just trying to
Ah, there we go. My track noir kind of lost it for a second there. We're good though. Okay. Give us some right trim. Go to our map. We are going to try and land. We're going to go for a bit of a longer flight. And we're actually going to try and land at Napa.
Unfortunately, they've had to allocate their attention to many places, and now with the war coming, I don't know if they'll ever get to it.
And we're going to do it with a full load. Let's take the engines down a bit. Okay, there we go.
And then you could give us the crossbow.
I don't want to send any more people to their death. Very based. I don't even know.
Strong.
Yeah, kind of death adverse.
Plus, you know, we would love to pay for your crossbow, but we're currently light.
Broke.
All of our money was stolen. All of their money was stolen. I was sober.
Good for you. Learn
Okay.
It was a choice. You
Absolutely beautiful.
Let's get drunk and
We had to do a little bit of trim of the nose to make sure it wasn't constantly pulling down, and we didn't have to fight against that. We're going to trim it left.
Oh, you mean that's
And we're gonna try and even her out.
Just wandered in here not but a few moments ago.
What would you do if you had the thing back, or
I don't want it back.
I go to my
destroyed. I want to take care of it.
7.
Touching her.
Okay, 1, 6. Oh, 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 oh. That's missiles. 7.
Can be used for anything, but just get it once in front of you, right?
Okay. I don't actually know how to cycle the weapons on a
You have to go ask the one how
on a setting.
I don't know how, but
That is a very good question as to how to do that.
I can expect it.
I will have to figure that out eventually. But for right now, I guess we can call this our weighted flight and weighted landing. Weighted takeoff, weighted flight, weighted landing.
Infield 1 is RTB at 450.
If you were to put this flight to rest, I'd be happy to give this to you free of charge.
We're just gonna follow the coastline.
Take it under consideration.
And just while we're talking, you wouldn't happen to know of any criminal undergrounds, thieves guilds, pickpocketers, people of the night, roamers of shadows?
I don't delve in those places, I'm sorry.
Vampires, zombies.
I don't know what's going on. What are you?
it's okay. Calm down.
Cliff, you also have simple arms?
Well,
Oh, this is absolutely beautiful.
I do have more detailed arms. If you're looking for simple, you're probably going to go to the Steelbringers Forge. And Rizzo goes, that's where the boys will probably be. That's where they work.
Scratching my head here, which is causing the camera to move all around the place.
Clef, you seem to have a fine eye and talent for mechanical devices.
Thank you very much.
Do you ever have any need of alchemical combinations with your mechanical devices?
See how we're doing for position.
Fine oils?
So we haven't actually made it very far. So this might be a long flight. Hold on. Let's see here.
As a sign of good faith.
Yeah, this is a total flight, roughly 209 nautical miles.
Wait, no, I have holy water. That is not the same thing.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. That's okay. If you come across some more,
So this will tell us how we do on fuel as well, because right now we are at, oh god, I can't. The tracker's going all over the place.
no, Dad, I'm working on it. Right.
Come on, stop moving. I'm not moving my head.
Work isn't too bad of a living.
No, it's still a living. It's some folks in the Empire can say so.
Have a social security number for a 10.
Okay. 6,200 pounds. I don't know if that should be enough. That should be enough to make it.
Funny good no is incorporated. I mean, that's a cultural thing. 13th birthday, they get their S Corp set up. It's great.
If we flew 100, well then again, we flew 110 nautical miles with nothing on our wings. Now we're full bear, full load. Currently in the sky with over 6,000 pounds of fuel.
You can see her like shiver.
This will be an interesting experiment. I mean, we might have to land at a different runway.
Goodbye. Take care.
See what our expenditure is like.
So you all leave, exit out. She's out.
We're only at 6.1.
He's something. He's certainly something.
Even grabbed the bolt that he shot into the wall over Caleb's head. Dink.
Okay.
So
Get a bolt.
Pocket a bolt.
I think we might actually
Should we try and
have to land
Right. Come on. I'll lead you over to where the boys
at
are.
Novorossiysk.
They're only a couple.
And if we can't make it at Novorossiysk, then we're gonna have to try and make it for
Try casting it again.
Gelensky or Gelensk. we'll see how our fuel is doing once we get over Sochi. And if we think we can make it with the fuel, because there's a lack of air bases along the coast the moment you pass Sochi. It's like plenty of air bases all along this area. And then it's an absolute dead zone here. Except for going further inland. And even then, technically, that's still like from here to here. Would be... No, it'd be more like from here to here. Would be the equivalent to there.
Slap her on the back and keep walking.
So we will see if we can make this flight. This is gonna be... Oh, doesn't help when that happens. Come on.
You guys are led down past a few buildings and then around the corner, and you can see while most of the like the heavy metal works is done down below on the ground floor at the base of the mountain. The more refined metal.
See, what does F3 do? Ah. F3 is that camera. Gotcha. F4. F5. F6. F7. Okay. Interesting. So F7 starts letting you watch the ground vehicles. Good to know.
Whispers of infernal all around them.
You see, there's one male gnome and one female dwarf that are both sitting there like.
Oh. Tag it. Track noir. There we go. Better. Alright. Hit that's Dodge 1. He's finally going home. If we go to the map. Man, we are still a bit out from Sochi. How are we doing with fuel? We're down to 58. So 5,800 pounds, maybe 5,850 pounds. I don't think we're gonna make that. That's too long of a flight with all this weight on. Yeah, 5,800 pounds. Boy. Now we're going through fuel. I don't know. If I cut the engines back a little bit more, reduce the amount we're sucking up, just sip away at the fuel. And we're going to start riding the actual coast and stop hanging over the water in case I need to make an emergency landing.
This guy's super fucking charming. He's gonna talk to you first. You don't want to talk to me.
She's not charming
At all.
Deal?
We land and say, I suggest you help this one find the things that we are looking for.
We're going to get out of the climbing game. Adjusting in my chair there. Oh. It's not what I meant to do. I'm not trying to drop, just trying to keep it even, Steven. And as as much speed as possible at this throttle rate.
No, you know, I'm just,
Don't need to climb, don't need to go anywhere.
Bar last night, did you see fit to rummage your way through some good, hard-working people's coin purses?
his eyes go wide. No, not at all. No, I wouldn't. I earned my money.
Nope, nope.
Dashing over there.
Actually,
I go to 7.
no, sir. We were just looking. We were just joshing. We were just playing with Chris. That was all.
Pull out my staff.
I don't think I have any Mavericks. If I go to 6,
Flourish.
See, now we're in a dangerous territory. Once that staff comes out, she's got to hit something. It's not going to be me. Listen, Fitz, the best thing you can do here is rack your brain real
1.
think.
Okay.
Have you ever seen anyone around that establishment that might take advantage of some people enjoying some good imbibements? No, Fitz. Tick-tock, tick-tock.
I don't know. Maybe
Takes a few steps forward.
No.
make a intimidation check. I think you both make ones. You're doing it together.
That's about 13.
16. They both look at each other. I mean, there are probably some people who could have taken things. I don't know. They're the shady folk, and they're all the time. But I'd be real happy to money. I swear I didn't do anything.
Making kids cry. Amazing.
Ashton's like, come on, get it together.
5,650 pounds.
Completely honest. We saw nothing. We took nothing. We were just getting our rocks off, freaking people out, and then we went back and got some drinks.
Don't know anyone else that has made a habit of doing this regularly.
Not personally, no. Most of them just end up in the gear hole.
Should I pour this vial of acid on them?
I'm not getting ready, Nada. I feel like we're just not getting anywhere here.
Do you know where Old Blemmy is from?
They both kind of look. They're like, originally he used to be an ice sailor up north by Icehaven, but he retired like 10 years ago. I don't know. So it's
I sailor sounds like the coolest job.
I do have my critical role in the background, listening to it, giving myself some white noise as we do this flight. I'm just carefully trying to monitor the fuel, see how much we're consuming. And I got a feeling I'm gonna have to land early, but I might be able to make the stretch from this airport to the next one. Because Sochi is beneath us right now, we might be able to make it to the next one. Go ahead and give it one little barrel roll. There's Sochi down there.
All right, I talked to her, Fitz. Listen, she will stay her staff if, in the next 24 hours, you work your ass off and you find out who took our money.
Thank God, it's just God. My staff is just vibrating.
Remember what you said.
I don't know about this board.
This is not going to go well for you unless you can produce some results.
okay. No, we'll ask around. We'll do. That's okay. With the bosses, you can go ahead and look when you're done with the forge. When the whistles blow, have at it.
Fitz, I suggested you do everything in your power to help my friend Ford, and for the next 8 hours, that is what you will do.
Okay. We were playing with the trim there a little bit. So that way I wouldn't climb as much with this extra speed that I gained. Well, I lost most of it now, but I had gotten a little bit of extra speed and it started immediately climbing.
Oh no, you guys got
They're both the spirits are pretty crushed right now. They're both.
I don't know what that is. Probably just industry.
Make in a day here.
Oh, on a good day, we give them about gold for a day's work.
See, as soon as I hit the 230s, the plane starts to naturally climb.
We stake their salary for the day. We take care of that, double it even. We need these two. Pay for the loss of their work today.
They kind of
Stop climbing. Keep the speed you got. You're gonna need it.
Boys, go get your work done here. We'll find some replacements, and you hope they are better than you are. Yes, yes, sir, yes, sir. Right, can we
Grabbed my staff on the floor and I said, "Get fucking moving!"
pick it up and then grab their stuff and then just dart out into the street? Would you
I shoot them down while they run.
Not yet. Not yet.
shoot for
No.
I'm not gonna lie, those boys are gonna be pissing their pants for a week after that. That was enjoyable.
All right, we are at.
Piss ants.
Let's see here. Oh. 5,003. We have gotten all of. Oh, we've actually gotten a okay distance away from Sochi.
Maybe.
I think we'll make it to at least the next airport. But I think we're gonna be forced to land there.
In lifelong industrial hammer workers, not a lot of craft and skill. Mine gets a bit addled. Scores. Anyway.
God, that is absolutely gorgeous.
On the way out, can I just ask that gentleman, do you make any of those things that we've seen around here? Scissors? The pistols. Do you make those here?
Oh, no, we don't specialize in firearms. Those are all relegated by the Empire. Those are designed down at the assembly. The Iron Locks.
Oh man. Absolutely gorgeous. And I can't believe I'm doing this on a friggin' PS4 controller. It's like shocking to me. I don't think I would be able to do it without the track noir. I just feel like it just would not feel right. So I'm really thankful that I got that.
That's down in the bottom half of the city, so it's about an hour and a half walk.
And just out of curiosity, the Silver Falls, the residential area, how far is that?
Oh, it's 25 minutes to get to the actual falls themselves. You know, see the little towers over there? Those are rooms or assembled that place.
Sun is getting pretty up there. We started this flight at 6 a.m.
Suspects is as follows.
I'm not sure what time it is. Maybe it'll tell me on the map. It is now 6:46 a.m. So it's only been 46 minutes, but the sun is actually starting to get up there.
The pianist.
Why?
Because you did locate object within his...
You're right, that's true. We did do that.
Rissa. She was in zone of truth. That leaves our suspects bloody. And the girl.
But we have no leads on the girl, correct? No one saw her, knows her name.
I'm excited to learn like how exactly to switch between the weapons and what the designation of a Maverick is, so I can get that screen to eventually work. Decided to use my first unguided and guided bombs to take out targets. I'm excited about everything. I'm just a little tired from all the work. All the work in the day. Bum, ba, dum, 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 dum.
Ask if anyone has anyone had anything purchased
That was a lot of money.
with excellent.
That you. No, wait, they didn't steal my money. I have a whole pouch full of money that's more of them.
Ask about large purchases, that would be a good idea. Silver Falls?
Okay. We're headed at roughly, actually, a similar heading to the heading that we were on when we were on this map trying to land at
Down about 1,000 feet across the mountain.
oh god, where were we trying to land? We were trying to land at, we took off from there and we landed here at
The closer you get, begin to realize that there is
Knaskaya.
of this
Yeah,
lake, this waterfall, and
that makes sense. Yeah.
engine
All right, so we're on the same heading that we would have been on for this takeoff and land,
furnaces and elements
but we're doing a longer flight than that.
begin to hit the residential area.
As technically, yeah, this is about 112 nautical miles, and this route is 209. That is insane,
To 1,000 square
absolutely insane.
4 or 5 on top of each other with spiraling stairs to the outside of each level. And there aren't a lot of folks currently at home other than stay-at-home dads or moms that are watching children. Some folks that are putting out laundry on
Could not imagine getting up like 6 a.m.,
2 or 3 stories
have a
on the street.
7.5 hour flight somewhere,
Dark irons and
bomb a target, then park at a nearby friendly runway. But I'm sure it's been done.
what's we're looking for. A whimsical
Let's check our fuel.
it's a unique mixture.
We are at, oh god, it's all janky. The track noir gets like super janky when you zoom in.
Which gives kind of occasionally this kind of light misting of water in the air, and you can see faint bits of rainbow that come through when the mist hits the sun.
I want to say 5,900. So 5,900. We're well past, right? 5,900 or 4,900. Stop moving around. I'm not doing anything. I'm just looking down. Why are you moving around so much? Calm down, Bessie. Calm down. Stop moving so much. Hold on. Let's see if I lean forward.
Craggly sailor types.
Sure. Make a perception check.
Oh, okay. No, we're at 4,000 going down to 3,000, I think. So yeah, this is going to be cutting it close with all this weight. I'm sure if we drop this weight, we could definitely make it. But I'm interested to see if we can make a flight this distance with like all this weight. I mean, it's certainly not practical for making a flight this distance, shooting, and then going home. That's not happening. But perhaps if you had a friendly airfield nearby, you could make a flight this distance, fire on target, and then go to a nearby airbase. But you'd have to seriously plan that out, because otherwise, what your best bet would actually end up being, in that case, if you didn't really have the fuel, would be to arm up, fly over to there to where you need to go, land, refuel, go back up, hit the target, land again after you're finished dealing with the target and any other additional targets in the area, refuel again now that you're lighter, and then head back home. That feels like how that should end up going with a flight time this long. Oh wow, I haven't been paying attention to down there. Got a dock down there. It looks like some fishing, maybe like locals docks down there on the left, and then the actual official port is down here on the left. That is too cool.
You can see Kiri pulls up and goes, I can send a message.
No, Gary, this is where we're stealthy, alright? Knife goes away.
I'm basically just hugging over land with the coastline, just in case I have to make an emergency landing. Although looking at it, I do not have good spots to make emergency landings. This is all mountainous. and I don't know how long this mountainous terrain goes. It looks like it begins to sort of clear up. If I put my nose down, there is... It looks like when I get right to about where my indicator is on my HUD, it'll start to get a little flatter, but it'll still be hilly as all hell. Yeah, there's nowhere good to land down there. So if I feel like I'm gonna run out of fuel, I'm probably gonna have to go further inland just to properly freaking land as an emergency landing. And I don't know why the tracker gets so janky when I want to check my fuel. I just want to check my fuel without you moving. Dag it. It's really hard to check that indicator. So I'm gonna have to work out some of the kinks in this track noir. Definitely got to work out some kinks in it, because it moves around way too much when I am zoomed in, and even now it's like moving around way more than I need it to. So there's a lot of adjusting that I got to do. It feels like it was actually smoother this morning than it is now. Oh, I'm just scratching my head. Alright, where are we? Okay, we made it a fair distance. We might be able to... No, I'm going to land early either way. Even if I would be able to make it, I think I'm just going to play it safe and land early. 'Cause I don't trust that fuel gauge. I can't read it properly. Look down. Look left. Come on, stay still. Oh, we're at 4,400 pounds. Maybe we can. That should be enough. Man, we are bleeding fuel a lot less now than compared to earlier. Because we went from like 6,000 to 5,000 just between our initial takeoff airport and Sochi. But now we're barely, eating fuel up. Now we're doing just fine. Could have something to do with my altitude. Now we're 14,000 up. Got a tiny climb going on. It'd be nice if there was like a backup fuel gauge. Or just another fuel gauge that was in an easier to read place. So there... Oh. It tracked my hand for a second there. Let me reset my the camera. Hold on. There we go. See if that helps out a little bit. Nope. Still janky. Right there, where my indicator is, that looks to be the small bay where both the airports are. Where they're located is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna double check that. Yeah. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Let me retrace that.
This came about, and the younger boy goes like, "Yeah, we don't expect this kind of a payload."
How old are you?
The older girl goes, "Oh,
Oh, this might be the bay I'm looking at, not this one. I'm not sure.
about 17." The older boy goes,
Oh, there's the no, there's the larger bay over there, and there's the small one right there. Yeah. So there's where our two airports are that we were gonna initially, like, break off to. I'm starting to think we can make it. Yeah, I'm really starting to think that we can actually make it. Oh, sorry, I readjusted in my seat. Oh. This is a bit of a long flight time. So, interestingly enough, we do one takeoff and landing that's shorter than the other two that we did initially, and now we're doing one that is the longest we've ever done with weight. And what's funny is I don't even know if I'm going to be able to refuel and rearm at these airports, but I'm not going to need to worry about that because I think I'm going to call it when I land, as I am pretty daggone tired. Okay, put that down. There we go. Let's give ourselves a little bit of a left trim. We're roughly, I believe, down about there is where the smaller bay is, and that's the larger one in front of us. Or it might actually just be down right. Yeah, it's down right there. So it's further out than I thought. But hey, we can make this. Let's see here. Why are you going that way? I need to thank you. Just stay there. We're about to hit 3,009, I believe. Let's check our map. Okay, so small bay is first airport, big bay is second airport, and then it's another. Maybe we aren't gonna make that because this is our target.
Would you stay here?
was our initial target. But
How would you intend on getting my parents?
I don't think we can cross that many squares
I mean,
with the fuel that we have. I think it's safer. Yeah, it's safer to land in Novorossiysk. So let's go ahead and start calling in Novorossiysk. Let's get permission to land there. So let's go ATC. We are looking for Novorossiysk inbound.
Novorossiysk. Dodge.
Novorossiysk.
Inbound.
Sorry.
Dodge 1-2. Novorossiysk. Fly heading 268. Fort 18. QFE 30.18.
Runway 04.
To pattern altitude.
Okay, runway 04. They want us landing from the water. Alright, so we're going to begin our turn.
man, attach them all by chains to your armor, and you guys are the new Dread Emperor. I mean,
Listen, they've obviously done a fair job of taking care of themselves. We could toss them some coin and just wish them well, or no problem with that. He's a good part. If we're serious about returning Clef with his, might as well see if we can get a little extra friend or two out.
Boy, I've really gotta work out the chinks in track noir, because it is just way too sensitive right now. Also, I don't know why I keep getting that texture bug to my sides. See that one right there that you can see on the right side of the screen. Okay. We're still going at the runway from a weird angle, so we're gonna... Okay, there we go. How are we doing for fuel? 3008. That was much more steady on the fuel gauge. Steadier than ever before.
I think it's do I believe him? Yes. Right?
frustratingly so, yes.
We're gonna throttle down a bit.
Circus. Of course we robbed people. My God. I mean, rob, swindle. We've been robbed. We've gone back and found the people who robbed them. Sometimes we don't. Oh my God, yes.
Ah, shit. Okay, no. We gotta go more farther left.
You have a photographic memory as you remind us every second. How long do we have until our
There we go.
is up with the gentleman?
Okay, so let's bring it in for a nice smooth turn. Stop janking around, please. Track noir. Keep it steady, for the love of God.
And how long would it take, do we think, to get up north there if we went straight?
Dodge 1-2. Cleared for visual. Contact tower.
Okay, contacting tower, request landing.
Novorossiysk. Dodge 1-2. Request landing.
Day or two to spend on some food for the day or two.
Considering
This thing has been a problem for years. The clockwork warden. Why don't we just go, finish our stuff? We have to cross back through here anyway. And come back and finish the job.
Beauregard, don't you think they should be reunited with their father who loves them very, very much and wants to be with them?
Laps. throttle,
Been scrappy.
air brake.
You can be scrappy for another week or two.
They don't even have to be that scrappy now.
They said the tire couldn't turn.
Dodge 1-2. No losses. Check landing gear. Runway 04.
Gear.
Taken away from their home and given to some people who do horrible things to them or mistreat them for their whole childhoods, leaving them as cold, heartless, resting bitches.
More flaps.
Like not more than 30
That was an intimidation tactic. I would never hurt a child. Of course you would. No, I wouldn't. I love children.
That was it, yeah.
Nope. Nope. Flaps up.
Altitude, altitude.
Yeah, no.
Okay. So what do we do?
Depends on how altruistic this group
Too much.
is. I mean, I will defer to the group, but we have a job and we are on a time.
I would really like the opportunity to make this place better than we found it, especially for
Swing around.
Dodge 1-2. Go around. Runway occupied.
I understand. If it goes sideways, it goes sideways and we run. But if we can keep them out of
Altitude, altitude.
I mean, not so weird trying to pull my heartstrings, but it seems like you should be the target. You're the thing with kids and orphanages.
We're doing orphan.
Is it better than dad?
We're doing orphan.
I want them. They're terrible. Fucking criminals.
That air brake down. Okay, let's try this again. We've got our gear down.
See what happens.
Maybe we can negotiate our way into the prison and say we'll take care of the automaton, and while we're in there, we can sneak around and set the parents free.
Alright, if we do this, I think we need to give ourselves a hard time limit that we all stick to. Because the last thing that I want is for the fucking gentleman with his vials of our DNA coming after our asses.
As long as we give him some notice,
I have a feeling the gentleman isn't the guy that negotiates in time periods.
The effort is all I ask for. We're a clever group. Surely we can survey, come up with a plan, try something. If we fail, we fail. We'll move on with our objective. I can't believe here without trying.
I would like it to be predicated on us coming up with at least a respect.
Altitude, altitude.
That's fine.
A balls out.
Air brake.
I guess it doesn't hurt to ask the gentleman if worse comes to worse.
Just remember, you either get a nickname of the gentleman either because you are one or because you're really not.
Altitude, altitude.
boy.
How about we bring the kids back in, we give them little coins.
Air
and
brake
they stay
back.
for the next
Flaps. Flaps.
Dodge 1-2. No losses. Check landing gear. Runway 04.
My gear down.
I'm gonna give him, nope, never mind. I'm not gonna give him that because that would be a terrible.
Hey, got it.
String theory work.
String theory. You asked 8 hours.
At this point, it's probably pushing 1 or 2 in the
Do
afternoon.
we have any food we can leave for them so they don't have to?
I have some human jerky left over.
I did pocket some of the breakfast from this morning.
You did?
Yeah.
Did you get that to them? The kids hungrily accept and just devour, like evenly dividing amongst them. They feed the younger kids first, and then whatever's left over, the older ones take.
All right.
Thank you. I really.
That was a good flight. All right. We didn't go exactly where we wanted to, but we did a pretty good job. We got pretty far. I think we went a total of maybe about 180, 185 nautical miles.
Go wrong, get within 1,000 feet of the blushing of the
That was full payload.
hide and wait to find him. We'll find you.
All right.
A lot of really heavy bombs on me.
Keep that in mind. Thank you. Kindly. What's it? Is it a ring finger?
So I'm really proud of that flight. And we didn't break anything in the landing.
It was one of the rings we found in the cave.
Oh right. So he puts it over his thumb. It would be for his body and the size. If it goes over his thumb, it's still a little loose, but it'll stay.
Alright, is there Denny's nearby, hmm?
Right now, if we're going down into the jail.
I'm dying for hash brown and eggs.
Talk about Miss Girl.
Alright, I'm actually...
Or with these fabulous kids. No, Yasha needs to come with us.
Ooh, there's a big hangar over there, yeah.
You know, there's like, no.
Let's park this bad boy in there.
To kill something, I want to be there.
Sorry. Forgot what time it was.
Well, we know how much, the prostitutes cost to watch Kiri.
Or we could drop Kiri off with the little girl.
Or Kiri can stay here.
Or she
with
can
us.
stay here. She does have that.
Kiri goes,
That sounds adorable.
Do you want to stay with her?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
The children do owe us a little bit.
Children. Oh, Schusters.
Oh, Schuster.
Do you guys want to watch our little friend here as well?
Park it right in the hangar.
touches the feathers, you see the feathers on the back of Kiri's head, a little bit, and eyes kind of close for a second, just scratching the side of her head.
She's kind of like you, though, so she's not like a pet or anything. She's a little bit dog, okay?
Hey, Gary. Show me music box.
Might not actually make it to the hangar. I did not. Okay. Well, that's fine.
And for a moment, you can kind of see this little,
This is fine.
kids meeting a new friend.
Alright, that was absolutely awesome.
For a little bit.
Take care of
It's a good bit of flying there. And I think I've got the hang of takeoff and landing. So from here on out, it's training missions, learning how to... We're gonna start with flying around with just fuel tanks and learning how to do our gun runs. And eventually we'll start moving into missiles and bombs and fun stuff like that. Thank you all so much for coming. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And I will see you guys next time. Adios. It's been fun.